Hey fellow bookworms! So today I'm going to be talking about The Black Project by Gareth Brooks. So this is a graphic novel that I got for Christmas. It's been on my Amazon wishlist for quite a while, so I was really pleased to finally get it. It's a story of I thought he was 12, but it doesn't actually say how old he is. So a pre-teen boy called what's he called? Richard! It's called fucking Richard! So, Richard is quite an antisocial boy, doesn't really have any friends. You get the impression that home life isn't great, that his parents don't really pay any attention to him. So, Richard builds himself a series of girlfriends. Yeah. Really old. Really old. But it's such an interesting book. What I particularly liked was the whole, all the images are either embroideries or lino cuts. So the whole book has the same feel of this crafting that Richard does. And I also thought it was really interesting that he used a lot of embroidery, because it does challenge sort of typical gender roles, which I guess kind of ties into the fact that he's a bit odd. So at school he's not considered like a cool guy, and the fact that he sews would probably tie into all of that as well. And actually Gareth Brooks, the guy that wrote the graphic novel, learnt to embroider off his mum when he was a kid, which is exactly what Richard does in the book. However, Gareth does state that he did not build creepy girlfriend to keep under his bed and have sex with when he was a young boy. So that's good to know. Cheers, Gaz. So yeah, the book it's really interesting because by all sort of general societal rights, you should be really fucking freaked out by this kid, which you are to an extent. But you also just feel really sorry for him. Like, I just wanted to give this kid a hug and be like, being a preteen boy fucking sucks. Being a preteen anyone fucking sucks. But it's going to get better, and you'll be alright, and you'll have some friends one day, and one day you won't have to make a vagina out of a toilet roll tube to have sex with. You know, have sex with whoever you want when you're older, so long as it's consensual. But yeah, and the whole book's black and white, or sort of grayscale, I guess. So there's no colour in the books, which again kind of adds to the sense of, I guess, sadness and just general, and the dreariness that this kid feels. So yeah, no, it's really interesting. I would definitely recommend it to everyone. You know, I can't wait to read it again. I feel like the next time I read it, I'm going to find more things within the story. I'm going to pick up little nuances that I missed before. It works really well that it's in sort of the voice of a young child. So there's these whole sections where he's trying to work out how to have sex with one of his girlfriends that he's made. So he goes to the library, tries to find books about sex, and he gets really frustrated because he can only find books about sort of biological reproduction, and he embroiders loads of diagrams of like uteruses and penises and all that jazz, which is really interesting. It works really well to hear this, to hear it from his perspective. It's not someone saying, look at this kid, isn't that sad, boo hoo hoo. It's this kid without really ever saying, I'm really lonely and I'm really upset and I have no friends. It just develops in a really subtle way. So yeah, it was really nice to read a graphic novel as the first book for 2016 for me. Cannot believe it is fucking 2016 already. So yeah, up to my eyeballs in master's work, as per fucking usual. So yeah, don't really know what I have to say about that book. It's quite hard to discuss without giving too much away, and I don't want to spoil it because I definitely want people to go and read it. Really, really interesting. So yeah, happy reading, guys.